Hello, good morning USA, good afternoon UK, and we're just getting ready to go live. I'll be with you in a second. I just need to go over here to the chat, and as soon as it's showing live, I can click the button and all will be well. And I'm excited. I always get excited when we're talking about selling. So let's just wait for this to come through. Well, it might not come through. In a second, I just need to go over here to the chat. Okay, so there we have it. That's my, as those of you who know and have been here before, that was my mobile phone. And basically, just hint from the top here is if you're broadcasting live, have the broadcast on your mobile phone. You can then check that you look okay and that your microphone is working. One of the worst things I've ever done, not just the once, is to actually start broadcasting. My microphone wasn't working and nobody heard me. In fact, it happened last Thursday morning. So do make sure that everything's working by having your mobile on 4G or 5G and listen to the broadcast so you know everything's going well. I hope you're well. If you're watching live, thank you. If you're on the replay, thank you. I'm just waiting for the chat to connect. And there we are. So chat is connected. And we can go over to the show card. And today's broadcast is here. And we're getting, it's OneStream live. It's Wednesday, it's 10 o'clock, it's 3 p.m. in the UK. And we are live. And we're talking about getting ready for Thanksgiving, the ultimate sales guide. And that's what I'm going to put together today as we come back to taking that off screen and bring this on screen. Okay, so if you're watching live, if you make a comment, then I can show it on screen just as I'm doing with a comment there. So that's direct from YouTube. I typed it in an hour ago, and welcome everyone. The broadcast is planned and we're ready to go live at 10 a.m. So all of that has come true. So let's go over here and go full screen. Now, as usual, I'm broadcasting on OneStream Live. OneStream Live's best broadcasting system there is because we can go live from the studio, we can go live from OBS or vMix or Expert Broadcaster, and we can play pre-recorded video. In actual fact, this video at the end will be a recording on the OneStream Live website. I don't need to do anything other than tell it to replay it at 2 p.m. Eastern, and I'll replay on multiple destinations. It's so simple and so straightforward to do. And that's my comment earlier. If you're watching live now, then please do say hello. And I'll show you comments on screen. So what we actually need is an agenda. So I'm going to bring the agenda on screen. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. So if I go picture in picture, and I go like so, all good. Right, the introduction is what we're doing now. And then we talk about creating a countdown and using teasers, planning special holiday themed content, just a minute. I woke up at 10. Right, okay. So whilst I wasn't talking, a recording was talking, which shows that everything is working perfectly. You'll see why that happened in a moment. So bear with me. Okay, and then we're going to look at, I'll put my glasses on there and I can read this properly. So planned special holiday themed content. We're going to talk about getting things ready. Offer limited time deals and exclusive offers during your broadcast, before your broadcast, and after your broadcast. Now, the thing about live streaming is you can engage with your viewers in real time. Don't neglect that. In fact, my advice is to have somebody in your OneStream Live team who can actually monitor the chat as you're going along. There's a unified chat which shows the chat that comes in from YouTube and Facebook, and your staff or friends or whatever can actually reply whilst you're talking away. Now, whilst you're live, you can give giveaways, which are available only to people who are in the live broadcast. You can highlight bundles or holiday gift sets, something special, and you can create an easy purchase flow. One of the things that you want to do, and this is any promotion that you do, especially the Thanksgiving ones, is you need people to be able to just click a button, find out more about the item, and then buy whilst you're live. Selling whilst you're live is just an amazing experience when you know that people are interested in the product or service that you're selling, and they will click the button whilst you're live, and you're earning money whilst you're live. Doesn't get much better than that. So do think about having an easy sales process. Now, if you're broadcasting to the website, that's easy because you can broadcast to your website with OneStream Live. You can get people to click on a link, goes direct to the shop on your website, and people can buy. So set a shop up on your website. There are various ways to do that. Okay, back to the agenda, and the next thing is to promote your live stream ahead of time. Now, when it comes to promoting your live stream, if you go live and you don't tell anybody, nobody will know that you're live. If you promote it in advance, the thing about Thanksgiving is it's a set date and time. Okay, so you can promote ahead of time. You can do going back to the agenda, we'll go back to the top of the agenda. You can do a countdown. Yeah, and so promote ahead of time, do a countdown. We'll come back to that. After the broadcast, you can recap with highlights. If you want to play a highlight of a particular product, then you can cut that out as a snippet, and then you can post the snippet on your social media long after the broadcast. Remember, live broadcasting is quite simply the easiest way to create content, and to create content that you can actually repurpose. Repurposing is important. We know that a number of people actually watch you live, but the replays are golden. That's where the viewers come from. On YouTube, for example, more people watch after the broadcast than during the broadcast if you get your SEO right. So remember the replays, and basically within a show like this, do segmentation. Actually have an agenda like my agenda and go through the segments in turn. So that's what we're looking at today. We're talking about following up with personalized messages, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I work, which will give you a methodology for actually preparing your own broadcasts. So rather than, I'm going to, within the next 5 minutes or so, I'm going to play a video which encapsulates everything that I do when I go live. But the first thing I want to do is prepare for the day itself. And do that basically by creating a countdown and teasers. Now, let's just remind ourselves, if I share screen for a moment, just let me share screen. And I'm going to go with the screen there. And just give me a second. I'm going to bring that screen in and share. Now, please bear in mind that if you're watching this, this will be a recording in due course. And that means that it is currently 15 days, 8 hours, 50 minutes and 28 seconds until Thanksgiving on Thursday, November 28th. Now, this website is, if I go here, so you can make use of it, you can, right, so that's where the Thanksgiving clock is. That's the URL. It's https://thanksgivingclock.com, and you can share that in your broadcasts. You can use it as the basis for creating content in advance of the day, because you can, if I go here, this should work. Basically, you can do a countdown. We've just seen that it is, if I go here again, it is 14 days to Thanksgiving. Now, Thanksgiving is a very special day in the calendar. Thanksgiving is celebrated in the USA and in Canada. And in the USA, it started in the year 1821. So it's been going 203 years as a celebration, as a Thanksgiving for a good harvest. That's how it all began. And the Pilgrim Fathers who landed in the USA were celebrating after the first crops are coming with the local Indian tribe. And that's how Thanksgiving began. That's the written history. And I checked that out earlier, as you'll see. And there is the Thanksgiving clock. So if you want a clock to go along with your broadcast, it is there. You can share it into your broadcast. Do give out the URL so that other people can share it as well. But the Thanksgiving clock is free to use as long as you give. Well, as long as you actually give. Let's go here. You actually give acknowledgement as to who has actually created it. Okay, so link to the website, and you can use this clock in your broadcasts in the countdown to Thanksgiving, which is now 14 days, 8 hours, 48 minutes, and 9 seconds from now. Although, if you're watching the replay, that bit won't be true. So please bear that in mind. This is going to be frozen in time as a recording. It's being recorded 14 days, 8 hours, 47 minutes before Thanksgiving begins. Okay, but I do want to avoid any confusion. So I'll bring that back later. I'm going to stop sharing. So that's the website you can go to. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is, before we go through this process, is I'm going to play you a short video. And this is how I planned this broadcast and how you can plan your broadcast. Now, we're using software called, well, I'll actually explain what the software is. So let's play the video, and this is how to organize yourself for your live broadcast. So this is playing in. Planning is a vital step in having a successful broadcast. Now, this is Notion.so, and I use this to actually plan my broadcasts. So the broadcast today, preparing your small business for Thanksgiving, top live stream sales strategies, is the title of the broadcast. If I go back over here, you can see the show cards, you can see the title on YouTube, because we go live on YouTube at 10 a.m. Eastern on a Wednesday. And the description from YouTube has been brought across here, and then I have embedded into Notion the YouTube video. The next step I take after putting that in terms of planning, is to go to ChatGPT, and I ask ChatGPT questions in relation to the broadcast I'm about to do, and that gives me the background information. So the question was, what should have, getting ready for Thanksgiving, the ultimate sales guide, what do small businesses need to do? And ChatGPT has given me a list of the things that may help when you're doing a broadcast, but the biggest element is the planning. I've got a countdown clock, which you will see during this broadcast, and then I asked the question, because I'm from England, Thanksgiving first celebrated in 1621, and it's celebrated in the USA and in Canada, and I now have the background of the show. The next thing I need to do is to get together the images. Now I go over to Canva, so let's just put that in so you know. So these come from Canva. Okay, I've got Canva Pro, and that means I've got an image which has been designed by somebody who has artistic talent. So that's my Happy Thanksgiving card, wishing you a Thanksgiving filled with warmth of family, the richness of good food, and the happiness of treasured moments. And that resonated with me. Now the next graphic. On Canva, you have resources, you have Thanksgiving resources that you can use. I've just put the ones I liked onto this. And then during today's broadcast, I will be talking about the Black Friday special, which is 30% off monthly plans, 10% off annual plans, and you'll see all about that. So I've got my graphics together and they go into my broadcasting studio. The next thing I have to build is an agenda. And the agenda is helped by ChatGPT, and it's the same agenda that you will see in the studio during the broadcast. So that's where I put my agenda together, and that's all done by hand. And then we go down, and I've got things I've got to do in relation to the broadcast. So I've got a table in there, and I've got the planning. And if I just sort that by date and go ascending. So on the 11th, I did the planning, 12th, I did the graphics, marketing on the 12th as well, and then studio layout was this morning, the agenda was done today, and replays will be tomorrow. So in one document, I've got everything in relation to the broadcast. So you can use a link to your broadcast, you can use ChatGPT for research, and it will give you the answers to the questions you ask. Now, phrasing the questions is important. I've got my resource, which is my countdown clock. I've got, for Brit, an explanation of what Thanksgiving is all about. And then I got my graphics, which I'll use in today's broadcast. And they're from Canva and from OneStream. And then I put the agenda together. And having put the agenda together, before that, I've got a list of tasks that I've got to do, and that is everything you need to do when planning a broadcast. Right, now what I've found is that Notion.so is the most feature-rich system to actually do the organization. And for every time I go live on the OneStream Live YouTube account on Wednesdays at 10 a.m., I've got one of those sheets, and it's got the link to the YouTube video, it's got the title, it's got the description, it's got the images I'm going to use in the broadcast, then it's got my work plan and the things I need to do before and during the broadcast, then it's got, well, it's got everything, yeah? It's got my agenda. The agenda that I'm going to show you now was actually created as part of my plan. Okay, so what I'm saying here is what you should do is you should actually organize your broadcasts. Well, and the more organized you are, the more successful you're going to be. So creating the countdown, and basically then I went over to Strava and I got this, which is, okay, this is for use on the day, and I'm going to put it full screen. So remember the Thanksgiving clock as well, that's the URL. I'm just going to hide that so that we can see the full graphic. Happy Thanksgiving. This is to be used on the day, and the next one to use, well, Canva is the most amazing resource for actually putting things together. So I'm going to add this to the stream, replace the existing one, and we should come to here. So for Thanksgiving, all the symbols that you need to illustrate Thanksgiving are actually on the Canva site. So coming back to the agenda and going to the bottom of the agenda, you can see that item 12 is planning and graphics, and they use Notion.so, ChatGPT, and Canva. Now, ChatGPT, I would never write a full blog post using ChatGPT, but in terms of gathering information and insights into the topic you're talking about, it is invaluable. It really is an invaluable resource. So ChatGPT, used sparingly, can point you in the right direction and save you a lot of time. And I mean a great deal of time. So for a special holiday theme content for Thanksgiving, go to Canva to get the graphics, go to ChatGPT, ask it the questions. Yeah, I think it's currently one a day if you're on the free version. And that gives you the information to actually create your broadcast, because you have to decide what your broadcasts are going to be about. If you're selling product, then working out what your broadcast is about is simple and straightforward. You're actually going to have a Thanksgiving broadcast and intersperse it with the products. Now, just a point. I mean, I'm a Brit, but I got an understanding of what Thanksgiving is. And I know that Thanksgiving is a time when family get together, when friends join in, and people just celebrate Thanksgiving, giving thanks that the harvest is in successfully. So it's a day of real interaction. It's a day of talking to people, of celebrating. But we do know that even though it's Thanksgiving, people will be on their mobile phones. And if you are able to broadcast on Thanksgiving, you will have an audience. Now, obviously, the audience on Thanksgiving Day is different from the audience on Black Friday, which is the following day, and on Cyber Monday, which is the Monday afterwards. On Black Friday and Cyber Monday, people expect to be sold to. But on Thanksgiving, just dial it back a bit, and it's basically all about, in my mind, it's about telling stories, and those stories revolve around the product that you're talking about. So just don't be, what you don't want is a 30-minute advertisement. What you want is a 30-minute show where people can engage, chat. Yeah, because it's happening OneStream live on Thanksgiving Day. You can actually celebrate with friends online. It can be as simple as that. Your broadcast can be as simple as getting another 9 friends into your OneStream studio and celebrating. That's a way to do it. Let's go back to our agenda. If I take myself off full screen, go back to the agenda, and we're working our way down. So we've done the countdown and teasers. Do a lead in to your broadcast. You know when it's going to be. It is currently going to the clock. We're using 14 days, 8 hours, 37 minutes, and 3 seconds. Okay, because I've still got the tab going in the background. So it gives you 14 days to promote. So if it's a special broadcast, schedule the broadcast now and then start promoting. And the more people see you between now and Thanksgiving, the more likely they are to come and watch. Because if they have half an hour during Thanksgiving Day and they can sit on their phones and they've got in the back of their minds that you are going live on Thanksgiving, they will find you. Now, one of the things that you can do in a broadcast is you can offer limited time deals and exclusive offers. So for people who are watching you live, and the replay afterwards, possibly, basically you can make exclusive offers. And this basically, it makes the people who are watching feel special because the offer is only available to people watching live. And selling on live video is all about showing people that you know what you're talking about. That's very important, but also that they're important to you. And the one way that you can show people you're important is by giving a discount. So if you have a product which retails for $100, then you can give a 10% discount or a 20% discount whilst you're live. Yeah. And make a note along the bottom that the discounts only apply until such and such a date. So the discount is good until a particular date. What you don't want is to give open-ended discounts on your product range. So, and the thing is that you can actually engage. Yeah, this is the beauty of live video. the beauty of live video is that because you're live, you can actually see the comments made in real time. Now, on a very busy broadcast, which you've trailed way in advance and you've got an audience, do consider getting a team of people who can work with you, especially on OneStream Live, and can answer the comments as the comments come in. Having a team to help you means that you can concentrate on broadcasting. Give you, for instance, if I've got to go over here and I have got to click the comments, then it slows the broadcast down. Whereas if I can just concentrate on talking to you, it flows a lot better. And what you want is to have a good flow in the broadcast. So do try and recruit a team behind you, family or friends, to actually help you practice beforehand, to make sure you all know what you're doing. But you could have somebody who's responsible for bringing the graphics on screen. Remember the graphic we had, again, which was from Canva, and Happy Thanksgiving. Get the graphics together at the beginning, bring the graphics whilst you're live, and you could have somebody controlling graphics, somebody controlling the chat, and your job is just to talk. Okay, mine today is to tell you all about live streaming on Thanksgiving and to help give you some pointers. I mean, I'm not going to say that. The thing is that we all have our own broadcasting style. And I'm not here to tell you what your broadcasting style should be. All I'm here to do is to give you some gentle reminders, things that might escape your attention. And on that note, let's go through our agenda. And over here, I want it there. Okay. Basically, engage with viewers in real time, especially on OneStream Live, where you've got the unified chat, which can see comments from the places you're broadcasting to, and you can show the comments on screen and you can reply live on it. The other thing you can do is live giveaways. These are basically where you hold a competition, and the competition could be as simple as basically, again, if you've got a team of people helping you, it's a lot easier. You can ask people a question, people who answer the question get entered in the giveaway, people answer the question correctly, get entered in the giveaway, and then you do a draw and you give the prize. So live giveaways. So this is product promotion or service promotion. And what you're actually doing is giving people an extra reason. Now, you would highlight those before the day, before Thanksgiving on the 28th. You would actually say, okay, we're live in 14 days, 8 hours and 31 minutes, and we'll be having a giveaway. The giveaway prizes are, and if you're watching us live, you can take part in the giveaway. It's also a great time for putting products together which are special. Yeah, holiday products. So holiday gift sets, because we are in a run up to Christmas, and you want to feature, and could feature it as your giveaway, you want to feature products which people are actually going to be able to give as presents. So it's not necessarily people buying for themselves, they're buying for friends and family. Bear that in mind. Don't just restrict yourself to saying, well, I'm only talking to people who are watching me. No, you're not. Because if you do a broadcast which gives entertainment, education, information, then people will talk about the broadcast afterwards, and people will watch the broadcast afterwards. I spoke about this earlier, but you do need to have an easy way for people to buy. Now, the simplest way, from our point of view, is to actually put links whilst you're broadcasting in the chat. So if you've got somebody watching the unified chat, they can put a link into the unified chat when you speak about an item. So you could show an item on screen, yeah, talk about it, and then they can post a link on your website for people to actually go and buy it. And they click the link, they go straight to the product, and they can know whether to buy. On the website itself, you'd have more information. So rather than just having this is a remote, you'd have this is a remote for the Nexigo N970p 4K camera, which is a conference web camera, which has dual microphones. Yep. So what you're actually doing is you're doing the talking, and somebody behind the scenes is pasting the links in to the unified chat, so that people watching on Facebook and YouTube can actually get more information whilst they're still listening. I mean, the thing about links is, dropped into the comments on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn, is that they are clickable and they'll go straight to the website in another tab. So your broadcast will still be open. People will still be listening to you whilst they're looking at the item. And they can come back and ask questions about the item. Don't be afraid. This is not just a selling exercise. This is basically, you're representing your company. You want to promote product, but you want to also promote the service behind the product. So this is now ideal time to answer people's questions. If people ask you a question via the chats on YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, then you can answer it whilst you're live. Interaction, answering questions, promoting your products, all part of the same thing. Okay, so let's go back to here, and hopefully this will work. And I'm going to go there. And so bundles and gift sets, special things which you have put together for the broadcast, and creating an easy purchase flow to make it easy for people to buy when they're actually watching you live. Now, this is key. The next number 9 is the key one. Promote your broadcast ahead of time. Now, it may well be that with this broadcast, people know that I'm live at 10 a.m. Eastern on a Wednesday, and they watch whilst I'm live, and they watch afterwards, and they watch. I know that people watch this broadcast on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it starts to quieten because everybody's waiting for the next show in the series. I'm doing a series of programs. Where you're doing a one-off broadcast, you want to promote the heck out of it beforehand. Can I say heck? I just did. I've said it. So we stay with heck. Basically, you want, as we said at the beginning, you want to have trailers which you can use to say, right, it's 10 days before my broadcast, 9 days, 8 days. The time you can tell, I mean, watch your analytics and see how many people are actually seeing what you post. Now, when you're posting content, you can post an image, you can post an article, you can post a short recorded video, you can go live. There's so many different ways of actually promoting a broadcast. And just a minute, I seem to be moving about. Just a second. Okay, right, I'll stop moving about now. Yeah, we're okay. When I moved, the set moved. I noticed that. That's one of the features of my camera, but I'm not using that feature today. So what we're talking about basically is promote at every opportunity, in every newsletter, in basically a link. Do schedule your broadcasts in advance on the major platforms, simple to do with OneStream Live, and do let people know with a link. Now, what I've decided is that I go live on 2 or 3 places, and then I do the replay across a number of sites. So you can catch people on the same day with the live broadcast or the replay. And with OneStream Live, you can go live to up to 45 destinations. So you've got that you can do right now. Exciting things coming in 2 weeks' time, which I can't talk about. And I was watching Bilal with Joe Shepherd last night. Enjoyable broadcast. I watched it all, and he hinted that things are afoot. There have been posts on Facebook saying that things are afoot. This is trailing what's going to happen. This is basically in action. The item we talked about at the top, creating a countdown and teasers. OneStream Live are doing that at the moment. They're creating teasers for something which is going to happen this month. That much I do know. That much I can tell you. Something is going to happen on OneStream Live this month. Let's go to the chat and see if we've got any more chat come in. Okay, not yet. No, there may well be before the end of the broadcast. People know that I'm live, so this is going to be good. Okay, if you're watching on the replay, I'd like to say a big thank you. If you're watching live earlier, I'd like to say thank you. And back to our agenda. Okay, so basically, in terms of promoting, do promote ahead of time, just like OneStream Live are doing with the teasers. Something's coming in 14 days' time. Do let people know. And then after the broadcast, I said earlier that what you're actually doing is you're creating content. And you can use editors like Camtasia or ScreenPal to create snippets of the live broadcast that you did, and then post those across your social media afterwards. If you spoke about a specific product, yeah, then you can trail that. You can do a reprise of that and just put that out. If you're broadcasting for 45 minutes, some people will watch the 45-minute show, but if you're doing it right, there are sections that you can actually take snippets of and just repurpose them as 2 to 5 minute sections, and people will watch those, and then they'll link back to any special offers which are still ongoing. So even after the broadcast, you can replay the whole video, you can replay parts of the video, you can write blog posts around the video. There are a host of things that you can do. Let your imagination run riot in terms of promotion after the event. And of course, don't forget to promote your next event. And on Thanksgiving, your next event will probably be Black Friday, and the event after that will be Cyber Monday. So next week, next week I'll be promoting 3 broadcasts. I will be broadcasting on Thanksgiving. I will be broadcasting on Black Friday on Amazon Live. I will be broadcasting on Amazon Live on Monday. So I'll be trailing those next week and telling people to look out for my broadcasts on Amazon and on YouTube. And that's the thing to do. And if you've got something to give away, I'm thinking of something I can give away, which will be good. So back to where we are. And if I go go side by side so we can see it better, there we are. So, and this is it. If you do get, when you get comments during your live broadcast, do go back to the broadcast afterwards, wherever it happens to be, whether it's on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook. Go back to the comments, reply to them, and keep in contact with people. This is the trick that people miss. This is something which used to be, back in the day, I've been broadcasting 10 years now, but back in the day, after every broadcast, what we used to do was to go back to the broadcast and we used to go through the comments and we'd answer and reply and make contact with people. That's why we've got such big networks, because of all the work that we did making contact with people from years ago. And I was putting together a close contacts list earlier this week, and they all came from interactions at the beginning of live broadcasting and since. You want to build a contacts database, do it. Don't think about it, just do it. Okay, so just a reminder. The graphics that I've used in this broadcast have come from Canva. If you have a Canva Pro account, I pay £10 a month. I'm not sure what the dollar price is, but you can get pre-prepared Happy Thanksgiving. And this is just an example. There are literally hundreds there. And you can also add to stream and replace. You can also create your own. Now, at the top of this broadcast, I did play a short video. I'm going to play that video again, because if you've just come in, then this is how I basically organize this broadcast and every single broadcast that I do. Just a minute. And need to go further down. I've got the wrong ones. Hang on, that's it. Planning is a vital step in having a successful broadcast. Now, this is Notion.so, and I use this to actually plan my broadcasts. So the broadcast today, preparing your small business for Thanksgiving, top live stream sales strategies, is the title of the broadcast. If I go back over here, you can see the show cards, you can see the title on YouTube, because we go live on YouTube at 10 a.m. Eastern on a Wednesday. And the description from YouTube has been brought across here, and then I have embedded into Notion the YouTube video. The next step I take after putting that in terms of planning, is to go to ChatGPT, and I ask ChatGPT questions in relation to the broadcast that I'm about to do. And that gives me the background information. So the question was, what should getting ready for Thanksgiving, the ultimate sales guide, what do small businesses need to do? And ChatGPT has given me a list of the things that may help when you're doing a broadcast, but the biggest element is the planning. I've got a countdown clock, which you'll see during this broadcast. And then I asked the question, because I'm from England, Thanksgiving first celebrated in 1621, and it's celebrated in the USA and in Canada. And I now have the background of the show. The next thing I need to do is to get together the images. Now I go over to Canva. So let's just put that in so you know. So these come from Canva. Okay, I've got Canva Pro, and that means I've got an image which has been designed by somebody who has artistic talent. So that's my Happy Thanksgiving card, wishing you a Thanksgiving filled with warmth of family, the richness of good food, and the happiness of treasured moments. And that resonated with me. Now the next graphic. On Canva, you have resources, you have Thanksgiving resources that you can use. I've just put the ones I liked onto this. And then during today's broadcast, I will be talking about the Black Friday special, which is 30% off monthly plans, 10% off annual plans, and you'll see all about that. So I've got my graphics together, and they go into my broadcasting studio. The next thing I have to build is an agenda. And the agenda is helped by ChatGPT, and it's the same agenda that you will see in the studio during the broadcast. So that's where I put my agenda together, and that's all done by hand. And then we go down, and I've got things I've got to do in relation to the broadcast. So I've got a table in there, and I've got the planning. And if I just sort that by date and go ascending. So on the 11th, I did the planning, 12th, I did the graphics, marketing on the 12th as well, and then studio layout was this morning. The agenda was done today, and replays will be tomorrow. So in one document, I've got everything in relation to the broadcast. So you can use a link to your broadcast. You can use ChatGPT for research, and it will give you the answers to the questions you ask. Now, phrasing the questions is important. I've got my resource, which is my countdown clock. I've got, for Brit, an explanation of what Thanksgiving is all about. And then I got my graphics, which I'll use in today's broadcast. And they're from Canva and from OneStream. And then I put the agenda together. And having put the agenda together, before that, I've got a list of tasks that I've got to do, and that is everything you need to do when planning a broadcast. So there's the full list. I just want to bring this on stream to give you advance notice, and I'm going to put it full screen. There is a Black Friday offer from OneStream Live, and I'm just going to go full screen here. He said, or I'll switch that across there so you can actually see it. And there it is. There is discount on the plans for OneStream Live, and it's 30% off monthly plans. Check the conditions, and 10% off annual plans. Again, check the conditions. But that is active now before Black Friday. It's been trialed for the last week or so on Facebook and on other sites like LinkedIn. So when you're putting together your broadcast for Thanksgiving, or you're putting together your broadcast for any special occasion, you can use the routines that I've set out here. I'm going to make the video about how I did this available separately. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching live. And today we have talked about creating countdowns, okay, and they can be text or video or images, planning special holiday themes, getting your graphics together, getting your content together, limited time deals and exclusive offers during the course of Thanksgiving, engaging with viewers in real time, doing live giveaways with prizes, highlight the bundles or holiday gift sets that people can actually gift to other people. So things that people can buy and give as gifts. Create an easy purchase flow, broadcast on your website, link into your shop, and get a team behind you. When you're talking about a product or a service, they can post a link so that people can buy whilst you're live. Promote your live stream ahead of time. Using the countdown clock, you could work out how far ahead. So 7 days ahead, 5 days ahead, 3 days ahead, on before anything you do is promoting the broadcast itself. This is the easiest way to create content. You can use this content to create segments. The segments you can repurpose across your social media, and people go and watch the replay. And if you've still got the offers on, they can do that as well. And do follow up with personalized messages, keep in touch with people. And the planning and graphics, we've been to Notion.so, ChatGPT, and Canva. Those are the three systems that I use every single broadcast I do. I want to say a big thank you for watching live today. I want to say a big thank you for watching the replay. This has been Stephen, live from Wiltshire, England. We are live again next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, and we'll be talking about Cyber Monday. And the week after that, who knows? So Cyber Monday is next week, and I look forward to seeing you then. Until then, have a great day, take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye for now. I'm trying to do this. I'm still in the studio, and I'm going